Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're talking Vol football. We're going to go over the highlights from Tennessee, Virginia, and maybe possibly talk about what's coming next, what the future is going to look like, some pros and cons from the game, and what to look out for in the weeks to come. So let's dive right into it. Tennessee versus Virginia. Kickoff here. D. Williams gets the return. That's a pretty good return there. Our return team looked great all game, minus the one fumble that D. Williams had. This is a theme that you are going to notice throughout these highlights. Big runs. We were ripping them off all game. Here you see Joe looking off his receivers to the check down to Sampson, and Sampson carries it right into the end zone for his first touchdown of the game. And we are at that point 3 minutes in, 2.5 minutes into the game. So Vols offense looking right on track with where they were last season so far. Here we see defense 3rd and 9. They get the conversion, but we get pressure. We just got to get there a step quicker. And here's Pierce for his first sack. This young man had a huge night. We were on the quarterback all night thanks to our linemen and linebackers. So this is something we didn't see a whole heck of a lot last year, is quarterback runs. I think Joe is definitely a little bit more athletic than Hendon, so adding that to our offense is going to be fun to see. Ooh, more pressure. Pierce, second sack. Big run. Yes, we do have an awesome halfback group. These guys are beasts, whether it be Sampson, Wright, or Small. But a lot of their success contributes to the O-line, which these guys are monsters. They are, I think, one of the best groups in the nation. Deep ball to Keaton here, flick of the wrist, Rocket Joe puts it right on the money, and Keaton comes down with it this time. And there's a big one by Sampson. I think that's number 2 for him for the day. But just right up the gut, just O-line beasting. Got a great block by the tight end there. And they just get it in. So we see this a couple of times where we get beat down in the secondary. I'm not sure if it's a problem yet. We did get a lot of pressure and we made the stops when we needed to, but still they had a couple of big plays downfield. Right here we had back-to-back first downs. Luckily, defense was able to dig in and get the stop and allow Virginia only 3. It's 14-3, feels a lot different than 14-7. And that's another big run, but I want to focus on the patience there. These guys aren't in a rush. They're very methodical. They take their time, seeing the gaps, hitting the holes, and then exploding once they're through them. Now I love this play right here, being a former O-lineman. This push was monstrous. And couple that with Big Joe, running the ball. It's an easy touchdown. I mean, look at this push. I mean, we got balls 3 yards into the end zone right there. Tyler Barron with the sack. Again, defense had pressure all night. Another big run play, predicated off of patience and big blocks by the O-line. Now Joe, right here, he's got all day in the pocket. This is what I'm talking about when I mean our core is one of the best O-line cores in the nation. I mean, they can run block, they can pass block. He puts that ball right on the money because he's got all the time in the world to do it. Again, he's got, just a check down throw, but it's right on the money because he knows he's protected. Here, this is NFL quality right here. The way he fits this ball in between those two defenders to Brew, that is an NFL quality throw and a testament to how hard Joe has worked in camp. It's looking fun. When you add that running ability to the offense, it's going to be hard to stop us. Another big run. Huge push by the O-line. I mean, I see guys blocking 7 yards downfield. It's huge. I can't stress enough how good our O-line is. Virginia really dug deep on this one to get into the end zone here. We almost had him in the backfield. I'm not sure, but I think it was Big O, Omari Thomas, that just shoestring misses the tackle and lets Paris Jones into the end zone. We got punt return set up. Not a lot of blocks in sight, but D. Williams still makes a couple of guys miss. Has the punter to beat, gets pushed out. But good return overall. I'm not sure if our punt return and kick return success was from our special teams being dominant or Virginia's being subpar. We'll find out in weeks to come. But they're off to a good start, to say the least. This is another NFL quality throw right here, right where it needs to be. I mean, just perfect. Couldn't place it any better. Not that any defenders were in position to make a play, but I mean, Jacob caught it right in stride. He didn't have to turn. He didn't have to move. Just stuck his hands out. More pressure by Tyler Barron. And this one, at this point, for all intents and purposes, is basically over. I think we get this punt return out of it. I think we get another touchdown right here from Nico. Well, Nico handing off to Dylan Sampson for number 4. And then that's game. I liked what I saw from young Nico. I know he mostly handed the ball off, but he had two really good passes that looked very sharp. So not a lot negative to say about Tennessee in their opener. They looked great. The big highlights, the offensive line and the running backs were on fire. They were playing like they're crazy. This just this train just kept rolling downfield and it couldn't be stopped. So I love what we saw from those guys, and I hope they carry that into Austin Peay and Florida coming up soon. Joe looked great. I think everybody kind of was wary of Joe after his one bad drive early in the game where he had a couple of back-to-back errant throws. But Joe looked great overall. He was making reads, he was checking down, he was throwing the ball in tight spaces, putting it where it needs to be. Overall, his accuracy looks a lot better. And I think he was at around 70% this game. So, yeah, it's a lot better than what we've seen from him in the past at Michigan or when he got the start last go-around for UT. I'm excited to see what his athleticism can bring to the table as far as a dynamic offense, because we already have a dynamic offense, and then you throw into the fold being able to run an option with Joe Milton. It's just going to be that much harder to defend. The one thing I will say about this game that I wasn't too excited about is our secondary gets beat a couple of times, and against a subpar Virginia, that's kind of a bad omen. Now, I don't want to say, oh, these guys are trash or anything. I think they did a great job. Obviously, the final score is 49-13, but in a game that's not so close, which I'm sure we'll have a few of those big plays downfield are going to mean a heck of a lot more. So that's something to look out for. I want to see those boys maybe get an interception playing Austin Peay. And I want to see him just shut down Florida. We all know what happened to Florida week 1, but I don't think that's going to be the Florida that we play. I think that Florida is going to come ready. I think they're going to ball out, and I think that's going to be a heck of a ball game. I do think we take the edge. I think we handily defeat Austin Peay. That's no revelation there. That's not a hot take, but I do think we beat Florida and carry that momentum into the rest of the season, starting 3-0. All right, guys, let me know what you think the Vols are going to finish at and what you like about their offense or defense, how you like Joe Milton. Give me a like and a subscribe if you will, if you want to hear more about the Vols week to week, or if you want NCAA Football 14 coverage. We're playing that too, mostly as the Vols. This has been fun. Come back next week for another one, baby. Go Vols.